disagree with me, and I respect your opinion. Believe me, I respect your opinion. But understand something. Kenilworth has so much potential, so much growth opportunity, and we're missing out on the boat. And I'm going to get to that in a few minutes too. But a couple of the things that, when I did my homework, our police department is top-notch in this town. Problem is they need help. Our crime rate is up, and it's actually higher, and I'm sorry I'm looking at my notes here, it's higher than 5 other neighboring towns. And if you don't believe me, there is proof of it. And I want to help these guys, all right? Number 2 is our school rankings over the past couple of years. When I moved into town, the school rankings were in the low 200s. Our school rankings now are 330 or something like that out of 569. Taxes have gone up on an average of $1,000 per household within the past years. Look, guys, I know we can do better. My goal is to bring a business mindset to the council. I'm not looking to step on anybody's toes. I'm looking to make the town better. That's it, plain and simple. You know, my opponents keep saying that, my opponents keep saying that we're lifelong residents, and I get that. And I get that every time you move into a different town, there's cliques. It's reality. I'm fine with that. But walking through the town and talking to people, and you can tell me this day and night, these people of this town welcome you with open arms. And it reminds me of a town that I used to live in Nutley. And I say it all the time, it's such a great town. But we could do better. Any town can do better. So I say this to you. Just because I'm here 5 years, trust me, I'm a lifer. I own a home. I vest money into the town. I want to see the town grow. So for those who feel that being a lifelong resident makes a difference, I'm going to ask, what have you done for the town to move this town forward when I just gave you 3 points that are moving this town on a downward scale? The boulevard, it needs help. We need to find ways to bring revenue, as opposed to building houses. We need to find ways to bring revenue into this town. And it'll lower your taxes more than you can imagine. We need to work with other towns and bring common sense and work together and do different types of services together, work together and kind of cut down the budget. So I'm going to tell you this, and I really wasn't going to say it, but after everything that I've heard on the streets, I called the mayor, and I love the mayor. Tony, God bless you for donating your time and doing what you do for this town. And I asked the mayor, I said, why aren't we getting things done? You know, when you hear somebody say that we give special privileges to people because they're the second highest taxpayer in this town, I'm going to tell you, I'm a taxpayer. I put my pants on the same way anybody else does in this town. We all put our pants on the same way everybody else does in this town, hopefully. I can't do it 2 legs at a time. When I hear things like that, I kind of say, well, you know, what makes you justify that? So that's one of the things that annoy me. Number 2, when I hear nothing could get done because this councilman doesn't like that person, so even if it's a good idea, guess what? It ain't happening. Well, guess what? Those days are done if I get elected on November 7th. We work together as a team. We find ways to accomplish our goals as a team. One of the other things was brought up to me that, well, we'll come up with a problem. Someone on the council will come up with a problem. And Tony asks him right off the bat, how do you solve it? What do we do to solve it? And the response is, I don't know how to solve it. Listen, if you're going to come with a problem, come with a solution. I'm a troubleshooter. I'm a businessman, and I'm sorry I get very passionate about what I do, but I'll tell you right now, anything I say, yes, we can. Anything can be done if you want it to be done. Change, I hear change can't happen. I disagree with that. Change can happen. I had problems growing up. I wasn't a saint, but I decided to make a change in my life and do what's best in the interest for me to be a part of society. Now, I want to actually get back onto some issues that I heard, and Fred, I'm truly sorry, but this is a great platform for you people to get educated and give you the opportunity. The reality is you have the opportunity on November 7th to do two things. Go out and vote and make a wise decision. If you want to stay with the status quo, folks, that is fine with me. I still got to get up in the morning and work. I will tell you that no matter what I do and no matter how I do things, I do them with passion, honesty, and integrity. I don't need to lie to gain votes. I will never beg for a vote. I will earn your vote. And aside from that, on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, I'm opening my doors to you guys. I am not afraid to open up and have a conversation. I know what's going on in the town. I listen to the people, and the people have taught me a lot, especially the senior citizens. You know, one of the things I was telling the senior citizen is when I was in foster care, I ran away. I moved back home in hopes that my mother got better. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And next door to me was a senior citizen. And I'd go over there and I'd cut her lawn, and she'd always have a chocolate chip cookie for me, which was great, and hot chocolate. And if it was not for her giving me the insight about how true life was, I may or may not be here today. So I thank her for that, and I focus on the senior citizens. Let me tell you, when it comes to the kids, these kids, just like the senior citizens, are the foundation of this town going forward. They deserve more than what they're getting. I've gone to and spoke to some of these people. I've spoke to the rec department. I've spoke to many people in town. These children deserve better. And I'm going to find a way to make it happen. As a matter of fact, I'm not even elected, and I've been on the phone to try and find ways to take our rec center and make it more adapted to the children. How do you go into a rec center and people are going to cut my throat for this? And that's fine. Again, I still got to get up in the morning and go to work. I walked into the rec center. You have used couches. You have a bunch of kids climbed up. I want better for them. That rec center should be top-notch for the quality that this town is supposed to be offering. And I'm going to make it happen. I will find a way to make it happen. Understand something. If I tell you something's going to happen, it's going to happen. I don't make promises because promises are meant to be broken. And you people have been made promises for the last 20 years. Now it's time for change. All I'm asking, give me an opportunity. Let me earn your vote. I'm here. My door is open. I've put out my email. I've put out my phone number. You are more than welcome to call me. I've gotten more instant messages on Facebook and have convinced people why they need to stop with the status quo and make a change. Thank you guys for listening to me. God bless. Fred, the stage is yours.
Fine. Great job, Carmen. Great job. Now you can tell why Carmen is running. He's full of energy. He's full of ideas. He's what we need. This is what Kenilworth needs going forward. You know, we don't need what we have right now. By way of example, and we were just talking earlier, we have the first Facebook Live type of.
And I'm sorry, I want to just, and I forgot. Pete and Matt are the guys who actually are the producers of my show, The Man of Style. So, guys, thank you for taking your time out today.
Again, this is like one of those things. This is just an example of what's going to happen once we get elected going forward. All right, this is something. This is we're bringing the government to the people. We're not going to be talking down to you. We want you to talk to us. And this is just one of the examples going forward. How are we going to achieve this? You know, the reason why I'm running this year is because you know what? For the past couple of years, I've seen a deterioration in town. I mean, I think all of you have, right? We've seen our tax base deteriorate. And it's, you know, we've seen the school rankings, as Carmen mentioned, go down while taxes go up. So it's one thing if you're paying taxes and you're getting your dollar's worth, you can live with what you're getting, right? People move to Cranford because they go for the better school. Even though taxes are much higher there, but they go there, they know they're getting quite frankly, a school system that's ranked higher. But unfortunately, what's going on lately in Kenilworth is that people aren't getting their money's worth. So And that's one of the reasons I've decided again to run this year. We want to make Kenilworth a better place to live. Now, what we have at this point in time is a stagnant council. One of the reasons why it's stagnant, quite frankly, it's because it's a 7-0 Democrat. It's the truth. You don't have an exchange of ideas. You don't have a checks and balances. You don't have someone to say, you know what? No, that's wrong. You don't do it like that. It's unfair. Let's do it a different way, right? And even if when Carmen and I get elected, and it's 5-2, fine. But you know what? You'll have two guys there, that'll stick up for you every which way, not to do just to make this guy happy so he'll get his votes, or to make that person happy because he's the second highest taxpayer and we have to give him special privileges. That ain't going to work with us, all right? So you need checks and balances, right? That's what what we learned in 5th grade high school, or 5th grade history. You learn, you got you have the Congress, you have the judiciary branch, and you got the executive branch. Checks and balances. Unfortunately, none of those exist here in Kenilworth. You have a 7-0 council, all Democrat, all saying yes, all saying nothing, even worse, right? So you just have the same stagnant government going on and on and on. You need change. You need somebody to speak for you, all right? So what we have now, you have a choice. More of the same, 7-0, and if that's what you want, that's fine. But quite frankly, it's not working out. I mean, sometimes you drive down a boulevard, it looks like a dollar store threw up on it. I mean, there's just stuff all over the place. So you need someone to stick up for the taxpayers. That's what Carmen and I do. Right now, I mean, the council, I think all but one has a relative either working for a town, working for the school, or something. Really, I mean, who's going to stick up for the taxpayers when they all have family working either in the school or in the town or something? I mean, who's going to stand up for you? Who's going to say, you know what, perhaps that raise shouldn't go. Perhaps maybe we should tighten our belts a little bit. Or perhaps maybe we don't hire another person. Right? I have nobody working in town. I'm sure Carmen has no one working in town. We have nobody to look out for except for you, the taxpayers. Again, folks, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I would never do that. But quite frankly, I think the choice is clear. On Tuesday, November 6th, 7th? November 7th, right, you got me going. Yeah. Harmon Bucco, Fred Puglisi. I believe that's the way we should go moving forward if you want, for your kids, for yourself, and for taxes. Thank you.
And just one last thing. People say accountability can't happen. Well, guess what? Accountability is coming. If I'm in there November 7th, Fred's in there November 7th, we have ideas to make accountability happen. Number 2, Fred and I discussed, there is no really outreach in this town. There's no welcoming party to new people who come into town. You have 35 homes for sale, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that are up for sale in town. You don't even have a welcoming committee. We are going to be starting a neighborhood.
We're going to have a neighborhood community gathering. We plan on having 4 of these each year, and probably in 4 different designated parts of the town. So, if anyone wants to volunteer to become a captain for your neighborhood, send your information through our website.
And you'll see you'll see at the bottom of the screen, Matt and Pete, at the bottom of the screen, KenilworthGOP.com, and just click on the link to contact us. Look, we want volunteers. We want to grow the town. I know people don't get involved because they're like, nothing's going to change, nothing's going to change. I assure you that November 7th, when Fred and I are elected, I guarantee you that things will change. Thank you, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you.